Arthur Shawcross, the fatal error of returning to the crime scene. Imagine a killer so arrogant, so convinced of his own invincibility, that he returns to the very scene of his gruesome crime. This is the story of Arthur Shawcross, the Genesee River Killer, whose fatal error led to his capture and the end of his reign of terror. On January 5, 1990, police were conducting aerial surveillance over the Genesee River in New York. They were searching for clues related to a series of unsolved murders that had been plaguing the area. From the helicopter, officers spotted a parked car on a bridge overlooking the river. The occupant appeared to be intently observing something below, raising immediate suspicion. The object of the man's attention was soon revealed to be a grim discovery. Below the bridge, partially concealed by the icy waters, lay the body of June Cicero. Cicero was one of Shawcross's victims, brutally murdered and left to be found. This discovery instantly linked the observer on the bridge to the heinous crime. The man in the car was identified as Arthur Shawcross, a name already known to law enforcement. Investigators followed him discreetly after he left the scene, gathering crucial evidence. Shawcross was subsequently apprehended, his presence at the crime scene raising immediate and overwhelming suspicion. The net was closing in on the Genesee River Killer. Faced with mounting evidence and the undeniable fact of his presence at the crime scene, Shawcross eventually confessed. He admitted to the murders of multiple individuals. Shawcross was ultimately convicted for the deaths of 11 people, bringing a measure of justice to the victims and their families. His reign of terror was finally over. Returning to the crime scene is a cardinal sin for criminals, a blunder that often leads to their downfall. It dramatically increases the likelihood of being connected to the crime. Most seasoned criminals, especially serial killers, understand the inherent risk and actively avoid revisiting the scenes of their crimes. Shawcross, however, disregarded this fundamental principle. Shawcross's decision to return to the site of June Cicero's murder directly linked him to the crime. This provided law enforcement with the crucial piece of evidence they needed. His presence at the scene was the key to securing his arrest and subsequent conviction. It was the undeniable proof that shattered his carefully constructed facade. Why do some criminals return to the scene of their crimes? It's a question that fascinates criminal psychologists. Some theories suggest it's a form of morbid curiosity, a need to relive the experience, or even a desire to admire their work. In Shawcross's case, it may have been a combination of arrogance and a compulsion to control the narrative. The aerial surveillance conducted by the police played a critical role in Shawcross's capture. Without it, he might have remained undetected, continuing his killing spree. This case highlights the importance of proactive policing and the use of technology in solving complex crimes. Surveillance can be a powerful tool in bringing criminals to justice. While Shawcross's presence at the crime scene was damning, forensic evidence also played a crucial role in the investigation. DNA analysis and other techniques helped to solidify the case against him. The combination of circumstantial evidence and forensic findings painted a clear picture of Shawcross's guilt. It left no room for doubt in the minds of the jury. The Shawcross case had a profound impact on the community, leaving a lasting scar on the collective psyche. The fear and uncertainty created by his crimes were palpable. His capture brought a sense of relief and closure, but the memory of his victims and the brutality of his actions will never be forgotten. The community learned a hard lesson about the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface. The Arthur Shawcross case offers several important lessons for law enforcement and the public alike. It underscores the importance of vigilance, proactive policing, and the power of forensic science. It also serves as a reminder that even the most cunning criminals can make mistakes, and that justice will eventually prevail. The case highlights the importance of understanding criminal psychology and the motivations behind their actions. Arthur Shawcross's fatal misstep, returning to the scene of his crime, ultimately ended his reign of terror. His capture brought closure to a series of unsolved murders that had haunted the community for years. This case serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of a critical error in judgment and the importance of avoiding the crime scene. It underscores the fact that even the most meticulous plans can unravel with a single, reckless act. If you found this video informative and insightful, please like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analyses of true crime cases and forensic investigations. Let us know in the comments what other cases you'd like us to cover. Your support helps us continue to create content that sheds light on the darkest corners of the human experience.